share about my presentation. And thanks again. I have an accident here yesterday, and then I ensured that everyone have busy on the Saturday, Sundays, and also I doesn't want to break the routine, and then everyone have their own family time. So we have 1 p.m. So at 1 p.m. Singapore time, I'm doing it. So at least you see that how passionate our team is and how we are want to help the community. Okay, so something which I want to share with you. Okay, let me share my screen and you get my see what's inside. Let me. Okay, this is my presentation. I hope you can see my screen, and I'm going to start. Okay, so Gokul already mentioned that what I'm talking about. I want to talk about the how we can easily integrate your Power Virtual Agents with Power Automate. Now, we can have Power Virtual Agents as a standalone, but when yes, more powerful when you have some use case scenario, which I will show in my demo today. Again, I doesn't believe in slides, but main thing is that I will sharing my demos and slides, and later on I will put in the GitHub link, which Google will actually put there in the link in the meetup, and then you can see it. I put in my blog as well, and you can see here. So again, by about myself, I'm technical consultant, senior technical consultant. I have a MVP, MCT, lot of consulting work I do for my customers in Singapore and other regions as well. I am Power Platform trainer. I do a lot of trainings to my customers and outside as well. So and you can contact me at LinkedIn, Aroh Shukla. Search, you can find my name, and I'm very active on the Twitter as well as and my blog. Okay, just about myself. Let me talk about the event for today. So we talk about what is Power Platform. Now it's very cliched, but I mean, just want to get the idea why you're going for the what is and why Power Platform, why people are going for Power Platform right now, how we can easily integrate with the Power Platform and Power Automate together. And after 10 minutes, we have a straight away demo, okay? Because I have a lot of amazing stuff to show you. So you can see, okay? But let me show you why we want to have Power Platform, okay? Why using it. So you see that if you see that we have a ton of services in Power Platform. We have Power BI for reporting. We have Power Apps to creating apps, and we can have a Power Automate and Power Virtual Agents. See, these services really help in that. Okay, but in our session, we talk about Power Virtual Agents and Power Automate, how we can easily integrate with the use case. Okay, now why we're using Power Platform is because the transformation of the business is too too tacky these days, right? We have so many things, have a lot of business constraints. We have a lot of paper processes, and we have a lot of legacy systems to be integrated. Okay, so that's why Power Platform, how we can Power Platform is because uh, even the low code solutions, you the normal user as a business user or the or your IT pros, they can also develop the applications. Okay, that is the thing we can use it. And second thing is, so you see that in this in couple of months, in a couple of years, Microsoft and the research mentioned that we will having around 500 million applications we will build next year, right? And it should, if you see in the last 40 years, we didn't build so many applications. It's because of the transformation, right? So we have to have these applications. Not IT can't do all the time, right? IT pros, they can do, but problem is so many applications. Only the business users and IT guys can help in that. Okay, and issue with the traditional app development is that we have a talent crunch. We have a very less people who are really good coders. Second thing is we have to look for the time. Creating an app will take time, right? And then security is a main thing, right? These days, right? We have a lot of hacking, a lot of issues with the security, whether it's a small scale company or the bigger company. So we have to be ensured that whether it's traditional or modern, we have to have secure applications. So how Power Platform helps is because it helps the normal user, the business user, they can develop apps themselves. That is the beauty of the Power Platform. Okay. Now let's go fast forward because I think you have seen these slides many times. Let's go to insight about what how we can use in the Power Virtual Agents. This is for you. Hello, somebody has not mute his mic. Thank you. Okay, so Power Virtual Agents, what it can do. Main thing is it can do amazing stuff. It can help you to empower your teams. It can reduce cost and actually help you to have a better customer uh, satisfaction, right? So these are the things: empower, cost, and distance and customer satisfaction. Something very important for this particular era, right? And we can create Power Virtual Agents with no code, almost no code. Okay, we can have you can have your SMEs, you can have your rich natural conversations, and you can have chatbots. You can monitor. Maybe I want to see if the user asking about when the my store will be opened, and somebody he asked them something very different questions. We can see the performance, then how we can make this our chatbot slightly more performant. Okay, and best thing is a better together, and that's why we're seeing how we can integrate one of the app like Power Virtual Agents with Power Automate, and that is a better together story we're talking about. Okay, again, again, we have seen in many things. I give you a brief what was the value of Power Automate is something which is we can avoid, again, avoid the repeated task. I want to have my email only with have resume, right? I can do manually, but things about 1,000 emails to be done every day, impossible to do it. A lot of human errors will be there. So in that context, we have to use something which is automate systems like Power Automate. It can help these critical capabilities. Okay, and you can have some processes. You can do a lot of external resources. Okay, so that is the beauty of Power Automate. Okay, so you can have a okay, there is my pen here. Okay, so you can have a repeated task. You can have a connect to external resources, and the beauty is even you don't have any API. Okay, think about legacy systems. Even that one you can use it now. Google has created an amazing free course in Udemy. Just check it out. It's amazing. Just I've even read from watch his videos. Very good. So go check out his video. Okay, now I'm talking about the scenario. Above scenario, I talk about any. You have seen this slides many times, but let's talk about the business scenario now. What we want to do is that think about facility department in your organization. Think about Contoso organization, and we have lot of gadgets, right? We have a printer, your laptops, cables, and all. And every 3 years we have a hardware refresh. But these computers, these printers are still working, right? And they can be donated or give to someone else, maybe to a partner, give it to someone else who need the printers. Or so we want to have these gadgets and these equipments can be reused. Okay, again, we have to think about the environment, right? When you have a computer or gadget, right, what do? You throw it? No, you can reuse. Okay, and give to someone else, maybe your colleague or someone who has want to use it. So we use something or as a business scenario where we want to do is that we want to have a chatbot. We will have a chatbot here, and this chatbot, what will do, will actually ask you whether what kind of things you want to do. Okay, and this could be on the mobile or could be on your desktop, and this data will be stored in OneDrive of business. Okay, so we'll upload, and as a facility management user, we upload an Excel file, and that data will be stored into your Excel in your using your chatbot application. And when you do automation, we have to find, okay, where's the location, which is the equipment, what you say, you're putting, recycling it. Then we use some automation using Power Automate. And when the user added, example, I added a printer. Okay, and this printer is very useful, but now because my company compliance, I have to throw it. but what we can do that rather than throwing it out, I will put into this Excel sheet, and I will tell this is a model number, and anyone else, maybe from other regions, they can use that printer, right? Maybe it's because it'll work functioning, right? Maybe it's Canon, any printer. So we can add this thing, and this data will be restored into an Excel file, which I mentioned to you. So this is a very simple use case. Now you can extend this business use case to any other scenarios, but I am going to show you a very simple scenario. OK, and all the data again into Office 365. OK, now you can ask questions, Aroh, can we use this Power Virtual Agents free? It's not free. It's not free, but when you're using Teams, then it's free for you. OK, so I'm not going to licensing conversation completely here because I have many customers are asking whether Power Virtual Agents is free. The answer is no. But if you're using Teams, then it's free for you. OK, so something I'm going to show you, and let's go with the demo. I think I just want to work on the demo so you get an idea. And I want to show the Excel file also, which I will have. So let's go back. And I just go back to my other. OK, so let's go. This is my Excel file. I go to my OneDrive for Business. OK, I create a group this yesterday. I create a group for this folder, and this is the Excel file which all the people in facility, they will add the entries. So all the users, maybe you have 500 users in this contours and organizations, they can say, OK, I want to put this file, this particular printer or laptop in this recycle. And then when they see, OK, this file is there, then they can just pick it and then maybe send to some other user. OK. OK, so that is an Excel file. OK. OK, so that is the thing we will see. And I'm giving an example here that the user can add the email address, location, but using where? Using Power Virtual Agents. OK, but before that, any questions you have anything before I start with the demo?
I cannot see any questions so far.
OK, yeah, no issue, Google. I just want to show the things. Now I'm going to start with the demo and you get the idea. So I just showed you that this Excel file is simple, very simple Excel file. You can, again, I will share this entire solution and share with Google. And I will put in my blog. You can see it later on. But what we're doing, which is adding a very simple Excel file in your OneDrive for Business. Nothing much I've done, right? And again, the question is that can we use Power Version free? Yes, we are using free edition when using Teams. So I'm going to create a new team. OK, and this is my team. It is my demo environment. Wow, I have so many teams. Let me create here. And I create a new team first. And I start from scratch. And I have a lot of sensitivity labels. Because this is open to all, I use public and put the name, right? Singapore Power Platform Group, right? UG. And we put as upcycle, right? These upcycle. So this is a app we are making. OK, so this is a UG. OK, so a Singapore Power Platform user group team. OK, I create here. OK, so now when you create a new team, just want to let you know that it will create in our shape and site. It will create OneDrive for Business. It will create a Power BI service. A lot of things it will do for you. OK, everything will there. OK, but only thing is that it's not all services are open to you. You have to do some kind of modification right now when you do the things. For example, Power BI service, you have to do something else. You have to do some turn on the few other services. So I'm just add another user called Alex. Again, I follow the best practices that when we have a new team, you always have two people. OK, so I just have a two team. So I have a close. So I have one team. Now, if you see that team is created, I make it as a pin so that I have this team now. You see, Simple thing I've done so far. Very, very simple, not very complex. Now I want to create a chatbot. Okay, how I can create it? With the teams, can we do it? Very simple. I can do it. What we have to do is create something called as search. Go to the three dots. Okay. And the three dots you search for Power Virtual Agents. Power Virtual Agents. Now you can search for Power BI, Power Apps and all. But our use case, we are looking for Power Virtual Agent. Now you see here that you can create a new Power Virtual Agents, and that virtual agent, the new chatbot, will be associated with specific team. So I look at here, okay, and I mostly pin it. So that I don't lose on my left rail, okay, and I click on something, create a new chatbot, okay, and this is something you can do yourself, very, very simply you can do. Okay, so but our use case, we're creating a new one. So I'm create a new chatbot, and we use our new group, Singapore, this one, right? So I'm just creating a new team, and this I'm associating that chatbot, and click in here. Okay, now when you create a new team and when you create a Power Virtual Agents, what it does is creating some kind of tables, which are, if you know about Dataverse, it has used the same kind of content, but is using something which is a normal chatbot we're using, right? Normal chatbots. So, for example, I want to search for the store, when the Apple store will be opened in one of the places, right? So that is the thing they use for the different tables. They use it for that. Okay. Now, in our use case, because it's free, so we can use it. So in my case, what I will do, I just create a simple chatbot, and I just make it simple, right? And I will use it called as green, right? I mean, use green. Okay, and again, you can use any language, right? We can use English, French, many language, even Hindi, Polish, a lot of languages. So let's go for simple, go for a new chatbot. Okay, and in this case, we will do what we will do. We're creating a chatbot here again with the context of teams. Which team? The one we just created now. Okay. Again, very simple stuff we are doing. Now, I want to do something. I want to add some questions in here, but I just want to give you a brief that when you create a new chatbot with the teams, you can explore. I can see all the things, but again, it's not a demo here. I just want to show you how it works. Okay, and here what I can do, I can just create the chatbot here. This is a simple chatbot, right? And so yeah, and this is the user interface. Now, if you go to the normal chatbot, normal uh, outside of the Teams, it's the same, exactly same user interface. Exactly user interface, same user interface. Okay, the only thing is difference, different licensing, right? But again, we are not working on the license. We're just seeing how things works here. So let's go back and want to show you something. Now, when you create a chatbot, you can have two different types. Okay, so one is the system type and second the user type. Okay, and we can manipulate these things, right? These are given by Microsoft as a sample for you. Now, I want to actually change something here. I want to change the grading. Okay, and what I will do, I'll just change the topic. Maybe I say, okay, rather than I just I want to edit this thing, right? I want to edit because I want to show to you user how we can change very easily. I under this messages, I just change this content. Okay, so at times it takes some load up. Okay, okay, I don't know what happened. I think it's at times it become crazy. This is the one we this is now. Okay, so let's go to the green chat bot. It happened to me yesterday when I'm doing a demo. Okay, so I'm going to grade and I just want to copy the content. Okay, and resize the post. So it should be relevant to our use case, right? So I can just put it, I click on the save. Okay, and I just want to test, I put hi. Now you can see very easily that everything is shown directly on the user interface. All right, no code required. Okay, so I can push the thing, I can put in bold, and this is the way you can just create a simple chatbot. Okay, now it doesn't make any sense for us, so let's create a new chatbot. And we how we can do, we create a new topic. Now what a topic is, something which is I want to give an example that I want to go to a specific shop, I want to get a new iPhone. Okay, I want to ask the in chatbot, can you let me the opening hours of this shop, when it's open and when it closed. Okay, that is a topic, there's a trigger, like something to trigger face. Okay, so I want to create a new topic and I will say something. Okay, I just want to have uh, a new topic and I will say that I put yeah, I put some phrases, right? So user can ask any questions, right? Anyone. So I just put here, I can put any content. So I can add many things. I can add the e-waste. I can add any phases. So what I'm asking, doing, right? I'm just putting some phases, trigger phases. So when maybe I can rephrase, maybe John from Australia asking that, can you tell me when the shop will be closed? Okay, so the chatbot able to comprehend whether it's opening or closing, right? And it has a natural language interpretation, right? So we can add some things. So I can add e-waste, I can add some content like green. And one thing which I want to show to you, which is important to note, is that what Microsoft recommends, that you must have at least 5 to 10 trigger phases for better chatbot performance, right? So I can add as many. So let me add some more trigger phases so you get an idea. Okay, so what we're doing is just adding some trigger phases for end users can ask any kind of questions from this chatbot. Okay, so I'm just adding these questions. I put to reduce. Okay, so this is the thing I'm doing, and I can just put recycle and recast the list. Okay, so I'm adding some very simple uh, trigger phases. This is very crucial because user can ask any kind of questions, right? Okay, so I'm under this and I save it. Okay, some error. I think you have to add something, right? So I have to ask some questions. So you, okay, so I will go and I will tell my chatbot, okay, how I can help you. Okay, so I can put in bold, I can make it italic, doesn't matter. Okay, I save it. Okay, so again, no code required, just something is a very simple user interface. So I can just click on PI. You see here, we can do anything here. So that's what we are doing. We just want to see how it works. So I can ask questions and all. So let me go back and then I create something which is we can add some questions. Okay, so I'm just expanding our chatbot user interface and adding some questions. Okay, so what I will do, I ask a question, and in this question, I will ask him, the chatbot, I mean the user, that what you want to do. Okay, I can add an app. Okay, you can add this into the in the list. What you want to do in this particular in chatbot. So there are a lot of things we can do here. So first thing I can do is that I can ask the user to enter the details of the device, whether it's a computer, whether it's printer, whether it's a mobile device, whatever it is. So we have to ask some questions. How we can do? Very simply, we just go and we add something called as a user interface, right? User response. Sorry, yeah, multiple choice. Okay, so what I will do, I add something called as add to an app. Okay, now again, this thing I've done for one of the user later on, but we can create an app directly also. right? But in this use case, I'm not doing it. I just want to show you that. Okay, sorry, I just want to show you. I just type this app. We can add two things. We can add this thing. Okay, this is an app. Okay, we can add an app, but our use case we are using directly into the list, which we have to add the pick list, and this pick list will be done inside where under your OneDrive for Business, where I just showed to you. Okay, so let's go back. Then I delete this one. Okay, and then I and then this thing I will just delete. Okay, I delete the. Okay, so I mean it is type this link. Yeah, and this we will delete the other applications because we just want to. I just want to show you how we can easily create a chatbot without any kind of things, and we work on this app cycle. Add to the app cycle and delete. Not required. These are not required. Okay, just want to show you that we just do the. Okay, and the other things, right? We just deleted. Okay, because we just want to get the this our app to be shown. Thing we're doing. Okay, and what we do to do is that we use a variable. We can use a variable, but what we need, this particular question must have an answer, right? So must have a value, right? So I'm using a variable, right? And this variable we can rename it as a user option. Okay, so this one we can use as the user option. Okay, so user can ask any question, right? So user option, I just put it down. Very simple. Just want to recap what we done. Just want to what we have done so far. We just adding a question, a message, and this question we asking that either you want to use an upcycle app, which I'm not shown you. Some other session I show you, but our demo is working on the how to add a new item in this OneDrive for Business. That's it. Okay, and then we use an user option. Okay, either they can go for the upcycle app, which we have not done so far. We do in another session, but this session we are working add this item to the pick list. That's the only thing we've done so far. Okay, and okay, so let's see how it works. Okay. And under this, what we have done so far, we have just add a note. We ask a question again. Okay, and this question, what we will do, we'll ask another question, right? What item you want to do. So what we have to do, we have to add three items: the name, description, and the location. Okay, so again, I go for item. Item, what item you're looking for? Okay, so I put in item, and in this item, what I will do, I will add the user response. Okay, and this question I will make is as a item name, right? Which item you're doing. So I put item name. Okay. Yeah. So again, very simple. We want to use the user will be prompted with two options, and we give the options. What item you want to do? Then we do the similar drill. We ask more questions. We add for description as well. What kind of you're looking for? What item you're looking for? Okay. Okay. User entry, and then put a variable name, and variable you put as a description, right? So description. Description. So we have two variables we're done. One is item name and description. Okay, so I forgot the description. And next, what we'll do, we add another question. The last question we do for the location, where the item is located. Okay, so I go here and I go to the location. Okay, and this when is your item is located, right? At least the user must be knowing, right? So I put the location and in bold, text in bold, and this one in bold. Okay, and yeah, and here what location, user response, and we put as a location. So 3 variables we have done so far. Nothing much. Very simple stuff we have done so far to make the our variable, our use case to be slightly more advanced. And I click on save. You see that no, so far there's no error. Everything is done so far. Okay, so this thing we have done. So let's recap. We done some questions. We ask the user will be prompted with 2 questions. Upcycle app, which is not done so far. And second, we do the pick list. So user can add 3 items with 3 questions: a name, a description, and the location. That's it, right? This is now let's have some fun part here. Let's have some workflow integrated with that. Okay, so how we can have an integration with workflow is quite simple as well. So I go something called as call to action. Go to, sorry, no, wrong action. Go to action, and you see here it will prompt for a creating of flow, right? So I go and create a new flow. Okay, so first thing, we creating a simple chatbot asking 3 questions, and these questions should be loaded, and those questions will be saved somewhere, and that saving option is we are using Power Automate to do it, saving those Excel details, right? I name, location, email address. So I just click here, location. Okay, now you see here that Microsoft people have already made some kind of applications, some template for Power Virtual Agents. Okay, and when you click on this, you see that they have lot of templates you can go for. You can go for Power Virtual Agents with the Teams, Excel, right? Something. So let's go and create this template, Power Virtual Agents Flow template. Okay, so it is an instance flow. Click here. To have a more space, I just put it here, and I rename the flow to a more meaning, which is called as add an item to the list. Okay. Now here, what I will do, I just add, because it's blank for me, I have to add some data. All right. So data is coming from where? Coming from our Power Virtual Agents. Right. So what I will do, I just go and add some items. Add an item. I put as an user ID. Put an user ID. Okay. And then I add some other data. I use user option. Remember, I mentioned that we have to add the user option. We have to add the name, description. So those items are coming from your Power Virtual Agents. Okay. So user text, user option. We add the item name, the name of the item, printer, your cable. Okay. Item name, and I will show the description. These items are already defined where? From your Power Virtual Agents. All right, and guys, if you think that I'm too fast and all, you can just hold me and I make it slower. Okay, I just want to show you that how easy we can create integration. Okay, that's it, right? So I have a couple of items which are now loaded: user ID, user option, item names, description, and location. Okay, so we have 5 inputs here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Okay, now again we click on action. add an action in Power Automate, and we click on action, right? What action? Now we have a lot of options you can go for. Okay, so first one we have to get the variables, right? So let's get some variables to be loaded. So I search for init and look for variables. So initialize variables. Okay, and what I will do here, I just put this item as a response to the bot, and I've used a string. Okay, I will give an explanation later on, but what we, because these variables, right, won't be useful till we use back this workflow. The answer this question, all the questions should load it and go back to our workflow. So that's why we need some kind of a variables to be loaded somewhere. Okay, so I create an action, I click another action, I will get the username, and I search for get user profile. Again, it's a standard connector. It's not a premium connector, so you can use it. Okay, and I search for get user profile. So I want to get the user name, right? Who's logged in? All right. So that's why I want to see the users, and then get the ID. All right. So ID, I mentioned that we already defined here the user ID. So user ID is coming from your bot, right? The user ID is defined here. So user ID is the one who's the person who's logged in. Okay, so I show you that the user ID is coming from your chatbot, but how we get it? I show you in my demo later on that this user ID is coming from your chatbot. Okay, so we got the user ID. Second, what we'll do is that we get other stuff as well, right? So I have another action, and I use for the user option. So I put a condition first. Okay, and what he's looking for. So I go for user option and search for the user option. You see, coming from there. And second thing, he's looking for what? He's looking for the add to the upcycle app. Okay. Okay. Don't worry. I just want to see what is happening, is what error is getting. Just want to show it to you. Okay, so we have this ID, we have the initialize a variable. Okay, so this is a response, so I can rename it. Okay, I just want to show it. Bot, very important to rename the actions. Okay, and get the user ID. Okay, and then action. Now, another thing we can do that, because I mentioned to you that the app we have not created yet. So if the user select not the app upcycle app, which is in we have not done created, but if not, then what we have to do, we have to create an action and store the variable, all the items which we are stored into our OneDrive for Business. So this action will go here, but if the user select for the add to the pick list, I mentioned the pick list. So then we have to add this item there. So how we can do? I just go to the our yeah Excel online. Okay, and then what I will do, add a row here. So I search for add a row into table. Okay, and then again I have to use a connector which is called Excel Business Online. And what is the location? The location is my OneDrive for Business. Which document library? OneDrive again. Which file? And I go to the this group, right? And then file name, and table is that pickup table. So when you create a new OneDrive for Business, is already have a default table. It is called a pickup table. Pickup table. Okay. Now all the entries. Remember, I showed you in the Excel file previously. We have a name, location, email address. So I will just enter the email address and the name of the location. So what I will do, I just enter the display name of the user. Okay, so I search for the display name, This is the user who's logged in. Again, the user is logged in. I can also search for his email address as well, right? So I go for his email address, mail, and then we have the location. Again, location is defined where? From the chatbot. So we search for the location, okay, and the description as well. So description is very crucial. So we have to get from the chatbot. Yes. Okay, and then we add this. Okay, and then we use this variable. I mentioned to you that we have to use this item, right? So use a variable which we have to use inside as a set variable. So set variable, which variable? The one which we just created. And the value will be your item name, right? So item name. So I just for the item name, search for item name, which is coming from my, yeah, from the chatbot, right? This is the item we are doing. Okay. So that's what we have done so far, right? We are not go inside to the custom app, but you're using a pickup list. And this pickup list will actually enter the details inside of the user. Okay. And then the only thing we have to do to finish this particular demo is showing that to respond. I just said variable and then with this. Okay. And then I just use the response. Okay, so I click on the text and then response. Okay, response to the bot. Okay, so let's recap we have done so far. What we have done so far, we getting all the information as a variables, but coming from where? Coming from our chatbot. We get the user option and we get 3 entries to be done. Item name, description, and location. So 3 items. And ID is important because ID which users has logged in. We have to capture that information. Okay. Then what we do, we create a variable which is called as a response to the bot. So this response to the bot is important because if we don't pass this variable from Power Automate to chatbot to Power Virtual Agents, there's no entry to be saved. That's why we need a variable to be saved somewhere. Okay, we get the ID of the user ID of the person who logged in. Okay, and then we use a check and condition. If the user doesn't select the app, I mean the app which we have not created, then we create an entry into our to one type of business. We add a new table, new entry. We add the location, email address, mail address, and the location and the description. And then we respond to the item name. That is the only thing we are doing so far. Okay. Once we get the item name, then we respond to the chatbot. Okay. So that is the thing we have done so far, and hopefully there won't be any error because it's a one of the simplest demo here. I'm just want to show you. Okay, I save it. Okay, I whatever to go back. I just go to my chatbot. Okay, I go to my chatbot. I click here. Okay, go to my chatbot. You see all the things are there. Now you see that there's no flow here. So I click again, call to action. And now we have one more entry called as a add item to the app or the list. Okay, so we click here. Okay, and then we get the idea. The idea how you get the ID is from the user ID, right? The person who logged in. Okay, the user ID. So we filling the user IDs, which is coming from your Power Automate, right? Right. So we are filling the information. We get the user ID. We use the user location. User location. User option. And we do the item name. We do the description and user location. Okay. Yeah, that's what we have done so far. Okay, and that's it. And we also once we're done, we have to show a message to the user that this item is created. Okay. And let's go here and show a message to the user. Okay. Okay. And here we will use a response. Yeah, I think I missed somewhere an entry response. Okay, somewhere I missed a value there. Response. Okay, and let's go back. I think I have a. I think I missed out the response there somewhere. So yeah, that's why it's not showing up. Yeah, make sure I get a response there. Okay, so I click here and I miss out the response, so it won't work as usual. But I will show you how it works. Yeah, get a response, and once we're done, and the survey, and a survey. Okay, and we save it. Okay, I missed out somewhere. So response one and three. I think during demo I just showed, but I will show you how it works there. Okay, so let's go back and let's see. I don't know whether the flow will work, but I just want to show you that what the entry will work here. Let me go to my team, which I've done, Recycle app. Okay, so everything is like here. So I go to my Power Virtual Agents, go back to my Power Virtual Agents. Yeah, the one which I just deleted, right? Just click on that. It's the same thing that I've done. I'm the chatbots, the upcycle, and I'll just go to here. Okay, same thing I want to show you here. What I've done so far is exactly same thing. But let's see the topics we have done so far is add the items. Okay, so this is a thing which I've done so far. Yeah, and yeah, so this is something where I'll complete that list, right? Reduce everything is done fine. Okay, so let's go and search, create and just test the bot. So I put a recycle, search for recycle. Okay, and you see the upcycle, which list. Now we have not created this app yet, but we can go to the app which we have created in our in this Power Virtual Agents, right? So I add a pick list. Okay, what item I want to add a printer example. Okay, so I click on printer, the description, it's a laser printer. And location is maybe in the 9th floor. Okay, and then I think it will show something to me. Yes, and the answer yes, and then I will just finish it off. Okay, no thanks. Which means the item is already added into our workflow, to our things. So let me, if I go back to my list, you see a few seconds back, the item is added. I click here, recycle. You see, IT is created, laser printer, ninth floor is already added in. Okay. So I think I missed out one of the variables in the actual demo, but I just want to show you that how easy you can create an app with Power Virtual Agents and integrate with Power Automate. And this is the use case. And these are the just a tip of iceberg. You can expand this use case to any other services, right? You can want to add a Power App inside with that, and you want to add a data warehouse application with this rather than using a pick list, right? So lot of amazing stuff you can do inside your Power Virtual Agents and Power Automate. Okay, now if you have any questions so far, I can reply to you. I turn off my
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, Aroh, it is really awesome demo. Actually, you covered almost end-to-end scenario. But yeah, I can see one question. And now, actually, as we already completed the demo, if any question, you can open up your mic also. You can ask the question. So Hidayat has one question. Is there a way to extract topics out from PVA? I built a simple bot and it evolves to close to 100 topics now.
Uh, yeah, here the thing is this in the roadmap. There even I have asked something into the MVP user group that any way we can have bulk entry details. I showed you that recycle app, add the app and all, but it's very tedious to add many items to be added to the workflow or to sorry to Power Virtual Agents as a topics. You have close to 10 100 topics, right? Very difficult. Even I face with difficulty when I show my to customers, so I have to do manually. But this is the roadmap they will adding soon. I have no visibility when they're doing it, but they have some these what you are asking. A lot of people have same questions there, but it is in the roadmap. They will come soon. Adding the bulk items there into this thing as a text file, whatever it is, as an Excel file, and upload those things inside the topics. It will be coming soon. Yeah. Anyone? A very good question, Hidat. Yeah. Anyone have any questions so far?
Anybody has any question? You can open up your mic actually to ask the questions.
Yeah. It's much easier, much faster.
Yeah. That will be faster. Even I think Hidayat is typing something.
Hidat, you can speak if
Yep.
you want to.
Oh, okay. No, it's a just a recommendation. Means he's mentioning that that's a great info, lots of potential. Oh,
Yeah, it's very good too. I mean, I use it for my demos, customers, and all. And you can have your Azure bot framework to be added as well. I mean, I've seen many people using Azure bot framework with the with Power Virtual Agents. I mean, it's slightly more complex. You can do these things. Yeah. No issue. I know. I think same thing happened to everyone inside. Everyone have the same thing, right? So, uh, yeah, my daughter is in going to other room and asking when the session will be over. Yeah, yeah. So it's okay. Yeah. Guys, so I mean, if you anything you can ask, even if final session is over, you can contact me at my Twitter handle. Contact
yeah.
me. Again, thanks. Google is putting the Twitter. I reply to things very frequently. So yeah,
So actually, I think I pasted Twitter, LinkedIn, and blogs, all three. Anybody
yeah.
you want to contact Twitter and LinkedIn, you can.
If you want to
Um,
contact me, you can contact me as I didn't put my contact email address. So if you contact, if you need anything really good information, something which not even I've not seen because Power Platform is like huge, very huge. So if you want to see something very important that
yeah,
I missed out, you can contact me on my email address as well.
yeah. Rajesh, would you like to ask any question because I saw your voice is unmute actually, or it's by mistake? I think it's by mistake. Anyways, I have muted you, Ragesh. So, Arav, actually, I don't think any questions so far. But anyways, guys, if you have any questions, you can connect with Arav. I already shared the link, um, Twitter handle and LinkedIn. So let me open up. I think nothing else to present from my end. So I'd like to thanks Arav for joining us. Uh, Actually, I really appreciate because I understand you faced the health issues, but still you are able to join and giving us a great demo during end session. And with that note, I would like to thanks everyone for joining us and hopefully to see you guys in the next meetup. It's in May. So, and enjoy your weekends. I think thanks everyone.
Yeah, thanks
Bye.
everyone. Thanks for your time. Yeah, bye bye.
Thanks.
See you.
Bye.